Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Millionaire Mafia. If you've been watching the videos I've been putting out lately, you've probably noticed there's been a lot of videos about RV parks. And the simple explanation for that is we've been buying RV parks. And one of the reasons that we've been buying RV parks is that we can put luxury tiny homes right in our park to rent out like an Airbnb, VRBO, to tenants. This drastically increases the revenue of the park. It makes the park look so much cooler and so much more awesome with those really sharp tiny homes. And it opens up an opportunity for non-RV owners to come and enjoy a relaxing atmosphere and the amenities that are at an RV park. And they can do this without the very high cost of owning a $100,000 to $400,000 RV. But before we can put tiny homes into our RV parks, we've got to go buy some tiny homes. So in order to solve that problem, my partner Bob and I drove up to the Huntsville, Alabama area to tour a couple tiny home manufacturing plants. While we were there, we learned some really cool stuff. We saw some really cool tiny homes, and we got to walk around in them, touch them, feel them, learn about the things that we like, things that we didn't like, and how we want to have ours custom built to maximize the revenue at our park, as well as the look and the feel. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to bring you into the front seat of Bob's truck, and we're going to talk about the tiny homes that we looked at up in the Huntsville, Alabama area. I'm going to show you some of the tiny homes that we looked at so you can kind of see the layout, the color, the style, and you can see why we really like these as an asset class and why we're really excited to get into this industry. All right, guys. Come hop in the front seat. We're going to go for a ride, and we're going to talk tiny homes.
You'll have equity in that deal, so whenever that property sells, you will get that original investment back.
All right, so Bob and I are in his truck. We are driving first to find coffee. And then tell us where we're going after that, Bob.
Okay, so we are on day 3 now of taking over our new campground in Coleman, Alabama. Conveniently, though, there is a tiny home manufacturer or cabin manufacturers up here are a bit more prevalent, as well as there's a lot of mobile home manufacturing up in this area. And so in one of our mobile home parks, we also have some new mobile homes coming in this month. And they are manufactured up here in Hamilton, Alabama by Hamilton Homes. And right across the street, it actually is a tiny home builder. And currently we have 10 homes ordered through them. So we're driving out this morning to finish up the purchase order, make all the selection on colors, exterior colors, roof colors, fit and finish type stuff. So we're driving to Hamilton this morning, about an hour and a half from Coleman, and really to look at some tiny homes, and we'll talk you through that process a lot more on these next few videos, and actually take a look at that factory as well. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, so, and then yesterday we went and looked at another facility that is definitely a whole different breed of level of manufacturing. So I mean, that place was awesome. Doug has a really cool product. He's got a cool name, got a cool brand.
So it's Timbercraft.
Timbercraft.
We'll get it right one this time. Timbercraft Tiny Homes.
Timbercraft Tiny Homes. The name isn't all that important. He does have his own YouTube channel and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. He gets what's going on, but he makes an awesome product. Now, we're going and about what are we buying these mobile or tiny homes for today?
Yeah, so these will be, by the time they get delivered and set up, so purchase price is going to be $60,000 to $65,000, including delivery, and then we are budgeting about another $5,000 for when it gets to a property to set it up, to skirt them, to build the decks. There is a little bit of furniture that needs to be bought in a tiny home, and then of course all the TVs and plates and dishes and towels and all the fit and finish type stuff to make it fully 100% ready to rent on Airbnb.
Right, so all in about 70 grand plus or minus some change. And what was the price of Doug's probably average build?
Yeah, so base model on their bigger build, I think started out at 145,000.
Yeah, and that's like, I mean, it's nice. It's really nice. But then they have like that's not granite countertops, tile black backsplash, some of the higher like a fireplace and sliding windows to go out to a deck. So you're looking at 160 plus for like it's really nice, like the stuff you see on HGTV or whatever. So 160 grand for 399 square feet or less. So he's pretty much tailoring to the retail buyer in that one. And nothing wrong with that. He's out for 2 years plus right now. But
really great product too.
Really great product.
Yeah, I would say if you were looking for something that you want to live in, or it's a second or third type of home, like that would be an ideal company to work with.
Yeah, he's good. And his assembly line was really neat. How he has a sliding assembly line, pretty neat. And he fabricates his own heavy duty trailer to put the home on. So he's got a couple different trailers, one that he gets and then one that he fabricates. So but yeah, we got some video of that, and you'll see that throughout this video of the end product. The one that was the LT, right?
Denali XLT, I think.
Yeah, the Denali XLT. So that one, as it stood, was I think 160 is what they said. That was the one with the granite backsplash. It's got a fireplace. It doesn't have a deck. In addition, you could put one on, but that had doors that open out to the backside.
Side entrance. What we did really like about that one is it actually had a double loft system, so it had a full bed or full bedroom that you could put a king size bed in.
One level
on the first level, and then it had two lofts that both could have fit king size beds.
Yep.
On those, so it was actually a lot of space.
Yeah.
A lot bigger than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, and the lofts aren't like hanging over anything where you'd fall off. Like that, they're enclosed and they've got their windows, and it's obviously a little tight up there. Like you wouldn't be standing, but you could sleep a full grown adult or two up there if you needed to, or just put all the kids.
Like 30 kids. Probably.
Yeah, you use 30 kids, so perfect for Bob. Although I'm not too far behind. All right, so what did we like about the facility? What did we like about how everything was set up there yesterday?
Yeah, so first thing I noticed, obviously, it was brand new. So I think he said he started in 2015.
Yep. Basically
made one, for lack of better words, in his backyard, built it, sold it, continued to build it. So you can see that Timbercraft, they're putting a lot of work and effort into reinvesting into the company and growing it. So they just finished another new set. So he's at 40,000 square feet building right now. It was pretty clean, pretty organized, certainly, and then also systematic. So that was neat. Linear layout, but I never thought about the homes moving sideways.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I would assume that you'd put them on the wheels and you'd roll them down using the wheels. So what he actually did, and a lot of the mobile home manufacturers will see that possibly today, I think. But they put them, the frame and the wheels on basically dollies and carts, and they slide sideways down the assembly line.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to see. High quality product, high quality windows, doors, finishes, appliances, all that stuff.
Yeah, and so what are some of the things? I mean, you can kind of infer what we already didn't like about it, but what are some of the things we didn't like about the not so much the product, but the opportunity?
Right. So the only thing is really the two main things for us from an investor perspective. Probably first and foremost, actually, is the wait. So he's booked out through 2024. That's just not a feasible thing. And then even if we were to book that out, in the quantity that we need, he would probably be providing us, maybe one or two every couple months from that point forward. So good 4 to 5 years to get the number of homes we need right now, and that would be making the assumption that we're not buying any more parks or needing any more homes over the next couple years. So
which is a bad assumption.
It's a bad assumption, yes. So that's probably definitely number one. We'll call it deal killer. Number two, obviously, is the price point. Although I think they're probably worth what he's asking, and obviously he's selling them and doing very well. From an investment cash flow return perspective, I don't know if the quality of home would gain us the increased premium on the rent, and thus really doesn't probably make a lot of sense from a cash flow investment perspective return based on something a little bit less quality, but really probably not going to lose any premium on the rent.
Yeah, they're definitely overbuilt, but potentially probably too overbuilt for an investor. Now, on the flip side, we were talking about how you could put something like that in a place down in South Florida or on the beach or in California, where you could lot rents $4,000 or $5,000 a month or something like that.
Yeah,
that would make sense. I would build an entire community of those, because you have no environmentals to worry about other than the sun, and that thing would last forever.
Right.
I mean, as long as you regularly maintain it, it last forever. So
yeah, I think from like a rent perspective, the cabins we're buying now, if we're renting for $125 to $150 a night, we're doing very well. That's the underwriting we're using, assumptions here, and we think that's very doable and achievable at all the places that we own in parks. Whereas these homes, we'd really have to be getting around $300 a night to get the same type of return.
Yeah.
And if you were in Key West or Orlando or some of the places Jake was talking about, that would be a very achievable nightly rate. But our parks are not in that type of geographic location that would warrant that high of a rent. And so we gotta tailor the purchase to the rents as well.
All right, guys. So that's a little bit about what we saw yesterday. Super awesome build. Doug has an awesome product. We're gonna go look. We got about another hour to go before we get to the tiny homes that we've already bought. We'll show you guys those. We'll show you the actual production line and things like that. A little bit more detail. Doug understandably didn't want us taking videos and pictures of the inside of his stuff, because he's got a lot of proprietary things, to include his patent pending trailer. So we didn't want to, we didn't want to do that. We're businessmen as well. We understand it. So we're going to go ahead and get over there, and we'll show you guys what we're buying and how that looks. And we'll kind of do a video walkthrough of the individual home, talk about some of the features of the home, some of the things we like, some of the things that, would be things that we'd want to improve upon, and then we'll show you the kind of how the facility's laid out, and probably introduce you to the sellers or the builders as well. All right,
And find some coffee.
Still haven't found that yet. All right, we'll see you guys there.
Cheers.